All right, just one more set of rules to introduce here, and then we'll have our entire predicate system figured out. So far we've done universal out, existential in, existential out. Those are three new rules. And we've also just talked about a new derivation technique we call universal derivation. The only thing we can't yet handle are negations in front of our quantifiers. And so I just want to detail how those rules go, and they should be pretty obvious given what we've done so far. So that's just to say what I just said. The only thing we can't yet handle is a negation in front of a quantifier. We don't know how to do that with our rules. So here's how we do that. This says if you've got a negated existential quantifier with any variable and then some formula after it, you can swap the existential quantifier and the negation as long as you switch the existential quantifier to a universal. So this is a rule we've seen before in the last unit. And the same thing for the universal. It says if you've got a negated universal, you can swap the quantifier and the negation, but you have to change the quantifier to an existential. So that's all the rule says. Pretty straightforward. The only thing to keep in mind here is that the rule only goes from top to bottom. That is, you can go from this kind of a formula to this kind of a formula to this kind of a formula. That is, you can push a negation into the inside of a formula, but you can't go from a formula like this to a formula like that. That is, the rule doesn't allow you to pull a negation out. So we can push negations through, we can't pull them out. And that's the same for both rules here. And I'll give, in just a second, another video that shows some practice problems, the ones on the next slide. These are pretty straightforward though, so hopefully don't need too long on these.